ラブリッチェ。おはようございます、先輩。なんじゃこりゃ。
Qua! Morning, Akane-chan.
おはようございます。散らかってますね。
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. The room was an absolute disaster and there were piles of manga shoved into the corners. I'm in the middle of cleaning. Just started yesterday.
わかります。一日じゃ片付かないですよね。
I started reading manga after about an hour.
ああ、わかります。
We were cleaning but ended up falling into the manga rabbit hole. Damn it, having the manga you used to be obsessed with back in the day drudge its way up during cleaning was beyond enticing. And since Mina-chan didn't show up over winter break, my room actually fell into disrepair. So that's why I absolutely want to get cleaning out of the way today.
今日学校。
The academy remained open during winter break until New Year's for students who attended clubs. Everyone was free to come and go as they pleased as long as they reported to the staff room.
いちいち制服着なきゃなのが面倒だけどね。
That part is pretty important. Working on your design project?
Yes.
I guess she wanted to hammer out more of her designs. I thought she'd polished one off before the end of term ceremony, but there was no end to her enthusiasm, and it was clear something had piqued her interest.
一緒できなくてごめんに。
No worries, it's important to you.
あ、夕飯は一緒しよう。持ってくから。
Sure. As for me, may as well resume cleaning. Hey.
はい、お疲れさん。
I wanted to clean my own room.
まあ、このテラスの掃除も大事でしょ。
I got roped into cleaning the dorm instead of my room.
やっぱ男手があるとはかどるよね。お疲れ様でした、先輩。
Sure. Yeesh. Oh. It occurred to me Reina was running late. Maybe she was still working and lost track of time? Scritch.
ちょっとイメージと違う。でもこっちを崩すと、もう夕方か。目いてちょっと長くやりすぎたかな。ずっとメガネかけてたから耳と目の間がかゆゆ。ずっと座っててお尻も痛いし、帰りますか。夕飯何にしよっかな。
いたぞ、彼女だ。
Oh, is it those guys from the baseball club?
間違いないか。
誰かに見られてるような。門の外に誰かいる。誰だろう。よく見えないけど隠れてるよね、あの感じ。怖っ。本先生、施錠の時間待っていただいてありがとうございました。逃げた。ガチの変質者的な。おいおいよ、あかねちんたちに注意しとかないと。ただいま。おかえりなさい、レイナ先輩。さっき部員で回ってきましたけど、変な人がうろうろしてたって本当ですか？いやー、よくわかんないけど、ちらっとね。しばらく夜は一人で出歩かない方がいいかも。はい、残ってる子たちに伝えます。
I heard you saw someone suspicious?
事案発生ってほどじゃないけど見た。
I'd love to assume there aren't many perverts around in the middle of winter.
年の瀬は変な人が増える的な話も聞くし、とりあえず寮のみんなには注意しといたよ。ホモかもしれないからオーロも一応注意して。万一の時お尻はワセリンがあるね。それで守って。
Not only is that not going to protect me, but it'll make it even easier for them to, well, you know. Either way, I'm still concerned. Should I go take a look?
すぐ逃げたから大丈夫だと思うよ。寮の中までは入ってこないだろうし。
Huh. There was nothing I could really do then. If Mina-chan were here, it would automatically mean her black-suited guards would be ordered to patrol the dorm grounds. Talk about poor timing. Lena, you're going to school again tomorrow, right?
うん。デザイン仕上げたいし。
I'll come pick you up on the way home then.
悪いよ。
I want to come. Let me.
はーい。
金色ラブリッチェ。出なきゃダメなわけ？
仕方ないでしょ。直々のご指名なのよ。
そうなん？
ええ。年末年始はあなたの希望でテレビ番組の露出はやめたけれど、できればここだけは引き受けてほしいわね。
ソルティレージュ第9王女シルビア・ル・クルスクラウンさん直々のご指名によるクリスマスパーティー出演よ。悪くない仕事だわ。
どうしても嫌と言うなら無理にとは言わないけど。
嫌っていうか。
出ればいいじゃない。もうマリアとして一度顔を見られているんでしょ。クルスクラウンさん、それでもうピンときてるみたいよ。
あいつは鈍すぎるけど、シルビーは鋭すぎる。わかったよ。オーケーつっとけ。
やったー、ソルティレージュとコネができる。
やれやれ。
しばらくは禁煙しなさいよ。新時代の歌姫がタバコ臭いなんて噂立てられないように。
はいはい。
Today's the day we clean this place up.
よーし、行くぞー。
Woo-ha!
そりゃ
Hey-ya!
てりゃ
Hoo-ha!
うれ
Hey!
びっくりした。
Quit shouting like that, especially when all you're doing is reading manga.
だってめんどくちゃいんだもの。
Give me a break. We hadn't made any cleaning progress again today. Oh well, I guess it was good enough for the time being, and we continued cleaning bit by bit. It was great just to have something to do over a leisurely winter break. Afternoon time, Reina headed back out again.
じゃあ夕方頃。
Yeah. Sounded like she was getting right back to working on her clothing designs. Now that there were weirdos lurking around campus, we agreed it'd be best for me to pick her up later. Okay then, what should I do for now?
もちろん。
昨日の続きですよ、先輩。
Cut me some slack. On that note, I wasn't able to get out of the dorm for a while. That evening, I went to meet Reina. I might be a little late, or so I thought. Reina was so focused that it hadn't posed an issue. Phew, I could probably wait around for a little while. Aren't you a little too focused?
ごめんごめん。
She kept me waiting for 2 hours. And it was already past sunset. That was fine and all, but you know what this means, right? We can't get out.
鍵閉められちゃってるね。
The front gates were locked. Naturally, we weren't completely trapped or anything. We were on the inside, so we could just open it up and get out. What were we supposed to do in these situations again? Go to the staff room?
うん。残ってる先生に行って鍵開けてもらうの。
Then, once we were out, they would need to lock it back up. Nobody's in the staff room, though.
出かけてるみたいね。ちょっと時間潰そっか。
Who boy? We could just leave without asking, but I'd rather avoid acting selfish when it wasn't an emergency. We killed some time in a neighboring classroom.
ごめんね、オーロ。私が時間考えなかったせいで。
Don't worry about it. It's better that you weren't left alone and I came to get you.
だね。一人で夜の学校は怖かったかも。
For all her talk, she had a huge smile on her face.
でも、二人だとなんか、楽しいかも。知ってるオーロ。このノーブル学園にはね、古くから伝わる七不思議があるの。
A school that's only been around a few years has something like that?
新しい学園はこういうとこ弱いにゃ。
It's fun to tell ghost stories on warm summer nights, but that doesn't really mesh well with a cold.
だよね。
Oh, Reina, you're not cold? They shut off the heat forever ago, so the school had gotten pretty chilly.
ないけど、寒いって言ったら何し
Let's have something warm to eat tonight. I got my hands on some good onions earlier, so we could have some nikomi udon together or something.
違うだろ。こうマフラー的な、コート的なものをふわっだろ。
I'm not wearing a muffler, and it'll be cold if I take my coat off. I may as well show off a little, though. Here.
お、いいね、男かよ。
I took off my coat and draped it over Reina.
あったか。
It's cold, cold, cold. But don't worry about me and warm up.
最後までカッコつけろよ。えい。
Reina slipped my jacket around my shoulders and snuggled up against my chest.
これで二人ともあったかい。
Yeah. We were a little close, though. Reina was smiling sweetly right in front of me. You're kind of warm. Hell, you're burning up.
最近のカイロは優秀でね、10時間も持つのよ。
She had several heat packs stored away in the folds of her clothes. Well then. Squeeze.
おお。
Ah, you're right. So warm. Heat packs were far superior to a coat.
たっぷり温まって。
Yeah. We pulled one another into a tight embrace. And then our lips met simultaneously. Reina smiled happily.
ねえねえ、あら。今日で恋人始めて3日？
Pretty much.
私ら結構うまくやれてるよね。ね。
Yeah. We made for harmonious friends and lovers. I did believe we were striking a great balance.
最初心配してたけど大丈夫だったみたい。
What did I tell you? I had been a little worried myself. All the same, I knew we'd be fine. Since both Reina and I were great at maintaining a balance.
じゃあもうちょっと進めてみよっか、恋人。
Huh?
おパンツが気になるんでしょ？
Hey now! Was she referring to the conversation we'd had yesterday? Obviously, I was interested in her panties, as well as what was beneath them. But are things like that even in the cards for our relationship? Think about it, I mean, our relationship started with a pregnancy scare. After what happened, I was apprehensive by our haphazard behavior. That was why I'd never suggested it up till now.
私はありだと思ってるよ。オールとそういうことするのも、赤ちゃん作るのも。あ、でも今日は一応、こいつを使うってことで。
Oh. You brought one?
いつオールがその気になってもいいように。
She had apparently kept a condom on hand. Twist my arm, why don't you?
どうオール、乗らない？
About that. We don't need that. I've got a fancier one right here. I pulled the condom out of my pocket too.
なんだよ、そっちもかよ。
I'm no saint. Now that I've got a girlfriend, I also wanted to do naughty stuff with you.
うん、気が合うね。
Reina gave me another kiss. Squish! I squeezed her butt.
もういきなり？
You are the one who flipped my switch. Better brace yourself.
はい。
First came a kiss. Unlike Reina, who tried to start things off on a cuter and gentler note, I went the pragmatic route. I immediately gave her ass a good grope.
もう。
Reina had what many would consider the ideal figure, and her butt was especially pristine. Whenever I touched it, I was amazed by how soft and squishy it was. Jogasaki's big, prominent butt was tremendous in its own right, but girly butts like Reina's were just as wonderful.
もう相変わらず触り方やらしいな。
Enough to comment on it?
言うほどです。オーロって絶対腕にエロ親父飼ってるよね。触り方がもうエロエロ。この1週間、毎晩思い出しちゃって大変だったんだから。
Out to complain her, she pressed her lips against mine. In that case, your kisses aren't as sensual as I was expecting.
チューはチューだもん。エロスはいらないっしょ。
Simply sticking our lips together seemed fun enough on its own, and she smiled childishly up at me. But
できないわけじゃないけど。
the fact she'd comply if you only asked was Reina in a nutshell. As she firmly pressed her lips against mine, it naturally led to them slowly spreading apart. And in came her slippery tongue.
"そういや、ディープキスってお初?"
It was, yeah. We didn't do that last time. We shared kisses where we fed each other water, but that was her first time sticking her tongue in.
なんか気持ちいいね、これも。
It does, but doesn't it feel weird? The inside of your mouth's all like slushy.
かも。
Reina grinned. I wasn't sure how I felt about this all of a sudden. Forget that. These are nicer. I moved my hand away from her ass and crept it upward to the other side. Then I pressed my palm against her ample breasts.
わが物顔だな、おい。
I've actually never touched a boob before, even though I've really wanted to.
あれ、そうだっけ？
Yup, I've regretted it this whole time. I was so drugged up the last time that all I could think about was messing with and thrusting into her more delicate areas. But as long as I was human, I ought to enjoy sex rationally. Which was why boobs were very important. Can I undress you? Are you cold?
ん？暑くなってきたからちょうどいい。
Oh! Well, looks like it's time for another cut, so I'll see you in a second.
なんか学園の中でするのって変な感じだったね。
When you put it that way, I actually thought it was really exciting. Felt a little unreal though, maybe because it's nighttime. One of the teachers eventually came back to the staff room and we asked them to let us out.
あの先生、直前までうちらが何してたのか気づくかな。
Even if they did, I bet they couldn't say it. We were feeling pretty hyped up at that point. Haha.
エッチしちゃったね。
Yeah. Reina was grinning from ear to ear. This was different from before, as there were no drugs or otherwise involved. It was fun. Not just the act of having sex, but the subtle shyness I felt after all was said and done was also quite enjoyable.
こんな記念品もできた。
Throw that out. Reina cackled and pulled a round, purple object out of her pocket. It was the condom we'd just used. My white load pooled at the bottom of the latex material and was tied off at the top.
カップルになって初エッチの記念だね。額に入れて飾ろうか。今日の日付入れてさ。
Not only would we seem like super sick, scary people, I'm sure it'd smell.
だよね。
There was a decent chance it would raise pure hell if we threw it into the trash at school and someone or something managed to find it. I thought it best if we brought it with us instead. The plan was to throw it away at home.
残しておきたくはないけど、捨てるは捨てるでなんかかわいそうかな。もしもーし、オーラの赤ちゃんたち。
Reina squished it around and played with it.
後でしゃべろっと。
As if we need that.
いいじゃん、記念記念。
I expected it to be the sort of picture you find a month later, cringe at yourself a little, then immediately delete.
にしても汗すごい。帰ったらお風呂入ろうっと。
Same here.
ご一緒する？
Of course, it was pretty sweet having sex at school, but it would have been way more enjoyable in a bed.
だよね。
It wasn't exactly convenient in that environment after all. Let's do it again later on a bed, okay?
うん。
We headed back to the dorm. Come to think of it, wasn't this roughly where you spotted that weirdo?
あ、そうだね。この辺。
Now I remembered why I'd gone to pick her up today. There had been some weirdo loitering around, so I came to act as her bodyguard. No sign of him now.
だね。今日は寒いからお休みかな。
いたぞ。
帰ろっか。
Sure. Even if someone were here, the trees were so dense around the academy that you'd never tell at a glance. As long as I protected Reina, that was plenty. Better hurry back.
市松殿、妃殿。
Ma?
エルチン、久しぶり。
お久しぶりです。
It was Elsan, and we hadn't seen her since winter break started, as she had her hands full with accompanying a very busy Sylvie. Something up?
寮の周りに不審者の情報ありと聞いて来てみたのです。
Huh? Mina-chan's not even here though.
それでも神成様が年明けには戻る場所におかしな情報があれば調べざるを得ません。情報源が妃殿というのも気になりますしね。
ああ、気使わせちった？
いえ、それで不審者というのは。
この辺をうろうろしてたの。顔は見えなかったけど、男。かなりでか。
なら目立ちますね。わかりました。探っておきます。お二人は寮へ。後のことはお任せください。
Thanks, Elsan.
これで安心だね。
Sounded like we could leave everything to the professional. It was a huge load off our minds.
さて、ではあたりを。これは、
Hmm? Elsan promptly noticed something on the ground and picked it up. Is it the condom?
暗くてよく見えないが、ブヨブヨしている。ゴムかな？これって。
She must have realized what it was and accidentally clenched her hand. Plop. The knot came loose and fluid sprayed all over as a result.
顔にかかった。
Reina.
うん。
Reina looked through her pocket. Our little souvenir was apparently missing and she shook her head side to side.
この液って、ベトベトして変な匂い。オーロ。
Don't say a word.
私とあやかっちに続いて感謝3人目だね。己不審者
She wouldn't run a DNA test or anything, right? Either way, it would give us some peace of mind about any suspicious characters showing up now.